Ugh, really, Dr. D? Do I have to do this? And with this kid? Hey, it's not a picnic for me either, lady. Whatever you're watching, Pro teaches noobs. What is even a noob? If you have to ask that, it means you are one. Ugh, and what's that supposed to mean? Super baby. Ooh, that's it. So immature. Should I take over? No. Oh well.
Hey guys, and welcome to the New Year's Eve lesson of Pro Teachers Do. I have with me Jared.
What's up?
And today we're going over the recently completed and very weird Superman, the Kryptonite Spectrum, and the creative team behind the Ice Cream Man. And let me just say, like I said, it gets weird, and the artwork, it's a choice.
Mm-hmm.
Like right now, it's fine. You definitely see there's a bit of a Frank Quietly vibe to it, and there's going to be moments that match that.
And Frank Quietly, yeah, that's a good vibe to have.
Yep, but I'll trust me, as low as it's fugly.
Oh, I can't wait to see this.
But yeah, so we have done by W. Maxwell Prince and Martín Morazzo with Chris O'Halloran. And basically, it's about Superman, more variations of Kryptonite showing up, and Superman feels like he needs to expose himself to see what the reactions are.
So basically, it's like Superman's like exposure therapy.
But basically, playing up of the whole, even though it's toxic, it's playing up the whole toxicity you could have about longing for your old home, because it's about a case of he knows it's bad for him, but it still represents his home.
Okay.
So they kind of go off of something like that. But yeah, so my home planet, Krypton, exploded before I gained object permanence. Bot 27, commenced retrieval of the meteoroid.
Yeah.
Like a world-ending Big Bang that killed everyone, including my birth parents. Jor-El, a scientist notorious for his wild ambition, and Laura Lorvan, a preternatural gifted practitioner of cosmic botany. It was an infinite. Cater and Wally, pink-cheeked and absent the capacity to understand what Jor-El and Laura were so desperately scrambling to do in those heartbreaking final hours. Request to initiate requisition, sir. Saved my life. They put me in an escape rocket built for one, and launched me into the infinite void of space, just in the nick of time. My ship caroms across stars and galaxies, eventually crash landing on a life-bearing planet, Earth. Request approved. Proceed with caution, where I was given shelter and raised as human by a pair of modest farm folks, two of the kindest souls you'll find in this or any other universe. Raoul bless Jonathan and Martha Kent. I call them Ma and Pa. Earth, a biodiverse blue-green miracle where I came to find my Kryptonian biology's unique cellular uptake of the sun's UV light renders me virtually indestructible. Steady, imbues me with superpowers. I'm stronger than a locomotive, faster than a speeding bullet, can fly in the air like a bird or a plane. My eyes and ears are enhanced. I can see through things. X-ray vision, shoot searing lasers from my pupils. Vision, and hear faint whispers from miles away. Super hearing, and lest I forget, I can exhale air from my lungs that registers at -Celsius. Folks like to call it freeze breath. There's a catch, though. As Bruce puts it, every sentence has an asterisk. I can see Batman saying that.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Can't be your Batman anyway. But for reasons beyond my comprehension.
This is very quietly inspired.
Yep. My reasons beyond my comprehension. Irradiated pieces of kryptonite, green shards of Krypton, green shards called kryptonite, are the only things that can hurt me, even kill me, here on planet Earth. I have made full contact, sir. Bot 27 has succeeded. I never doubted you for a second. My real home, green, glowing, gorgeous, is poisonous to me. Please place the object in a collatory pod. We'll convene at the Fortress Lab upon your return. But the Crayola box doesn't stop there. Kryptonite comes in other colors that do other things to me. Green hurts, red makes me angry, black splits my brain in two, gold robs me of my powers. It is quite extraordinary, sir. And sir, our first pass analysis suggests that we are looking at a fused chunk of vestigial krypton, comprising 4 distinct pieces, whose radiation levels and resultant hues are completely new to us. Every sentence has an asterisk. Forgive the correction, sir, but my previous utterance did not contain the article of punctuation. They were, according to my memory board, 3 commas, a colon, and a terminal period. One could also argue that a set of ellipses connected in strings of thought across the space between action. You're absolutely right. My apologies, Bot 35. Please do continue. Bots 14 and 21 are working on separation as we speak, so as to accurately identify these new variations of kryptonite. New colors of kryptonite. Lucer would be salivating if he knew. The footage from the satellite confirms it, Mr. Lucer. The object was, as near as we can tell, a cluster of unknown kryptonite varietals. Why didn't we detect this before him? Why is it that rock not in this room right now? LexCorp satellites ran on a 15-minute delay, sir. Our eyes in the sky have always operated behind real time. Superman Sentry simply beat us to the punch. It goes without saying, Dr. Hamilton, that wait, email? Okay, I don't like when people just randomly pick and choose characters, especially when Hamilton's supposed to be an ally, but whatever.
Yeah.
That kind of just sticks to me. That after this project's complete, you're fired with cause. Your 401k has already been zeroed out, and your office is being emptied as we speak. Pictures of your family, property of LexCorp, will be disposed of. But by all means, do continue. Mr. Lucer, I'm only 2 years from retiring. Retirement is an exit ramp taken only by the meek, email. For real men, work never stops. My least favorite alien has just acquired a handful of new kryptonite rocks. I want to know exactly what they do, how they hurt that purling, primary colored cosmic immigrant. Or, put it more plainly for your simple mind, I want to know if they can kill them once and for all. Bruce, you busy? I'm being swarmed by Professor Pig's latest batch of Daltrons, and I took too much Seroquel this morning, and now the circus is ringling in my mind. Ringling, brothers the brothers. But go ahead, I'm listening. And I could use your help at the fortress. Bring me back to the farm. I'm going to dunk my head through into a trowel of fentanyl. And then Charlotte, the talking spider, will spin me a special web that says, "Some pig!" You want me to travel to the coldest place on Earth right now? You know there's heat inside. The fortress adjusts its ambient temperature individually. Anybody who enters is perfectly comfortable. Literally. You need some help? Yeah. Right. Knockout gas, sleepy smoke. You're a farm boy. What's the best knot for a real tight hog tie? I just imagine some pig. It's hard to unravel. The fusion is insanely dense. The molecules particularly overlapping each other. And so you need some kind of elevated laser thermal deflagration to separate them. I can always count on you to understand. 35, fire it up. Initiating geological hyper-extraction. Wait a Crypto. You should know his scent by now. I think he's probably smelling this. You still carry that around, huh? Contingency. You know the drill. The drill, of course. That thing where you carry around the weapon to kill me in your pocket. Lucer has it stockpiled, and not just green. What I have is barely enough to... Vision is complete, sir. If you do be so kind as to meet me in observation room 4. The bell jars are reinforced with lead for your safety, sir. That's very considerate, 35. Thank you. What I believe we are looking at are 4 new breeds of kryptonite irradiated in the outer spheres of space and subsequently drawn together by traces amount of Krypton's planetary gravity, still trapped deep within the rock substratus. I don't want to overstep my programming, but I've taken the liberty of naming them. Purple kryptonite, cobalt kryptonite, speckle kryptonite, and rainbow K. I have no clue what any of these might do to me, Bruce. There it is, that glottal drop, slightly higher pitch to your speech patterns. It's this thing you do with your voice right before you ask someone a huge favor. Typically preceded with a who knows what could happen rationale. The world's greatest detective, or just an old friend who knows you very, very well. Bruce, if Lex or anyone were to get hold of these, Who knows what could happen? So we destroy them. The Batcave has an incinerator. Destroy them? These are pieces of my home. Your home, Clark, is the one thing in the known world that can end you. Pieces of kryptonite take the super out of the man. And what if more clusters show up? What if next time someone bad gets to the rocks before we do? What if there's more than just 4 new types? Hypotheticals and don't solve practical problems. We have in our possession an irradiated quartet, 4 unknowns, variations of your unique Achilles heel. We need to get rid of them. Now, just consider it for a second. We're completely in the dark here. You're only reinforcing my point. Humor me, Dr. Kent. What would be, sorry, it's now Bruce now. What would be your scientifically sound suggestion as to how we handle the urgent matter of these new, possibly deadly kryptonites? You need to test them on me one by one. Test them on you? Your boss ought to check the integrity of that lead shielding. Because it sounds to me like K exposure has already resulted in significant damage to your central reasoning. My eyes are clear. The number of potential horrific outcome bends towards infinity. I get that. Here's one. What if these shards of terra firma are suffered with prehistoric minerals? It could turn me into a doomsday monster or something worse. Exactly. Just listen to yourself. You keep improving upon my argument. The trials would allow us to prepare for the consequences of weaponization by bad actors, and we can run it all from here, far away from civilization. Bruce, you know me. I don't do shortcuts. Destroy them, Clark. This is beyond dangerous. These rocks and their effects on my cells are by definition an intergalactic mystery. Who else am I expected to turn to for a puzzle of that magnitude? Intergalactic mysteries? You're a super manipulator, or just an old friend who knows you very, very well. Which variation would we test first? Bot 35 calls it Purple K. It's got this kind of bizidium glimmer, like a poison amethyst. The birthstone for February, the month we're in right now. Synchronicity abounds, doesn't it, boy? Well then, I won't be perfectly clear, Clark. If anything we do in this lab turns you into some sort of threat, contingency. I know. If that ever happens, then do what you need to do. The safety of this planet is paramount. Always. Update. We are ready to proceed. No time like the present, Batman. No time like the present. It almost makes you wonder if he knew beforehand what the Purple K would. We aren't programmed to process non-definitive outcomes outside of the realm of discrete data. However, we've taken a poll and have decided, after the fashion of supportive human behavior, to wish you luck. Good luck, sir. Thank you, 19 and 10. Bruce, go ahead. We've teeterated down to a mixture of alpha and beta particles. The zap will be tightly controlled directly straight at your chest. That's one of purple kryptonite exposure trial in 3, 2, 1. Ah! Turn it off! Check its pulse! Strange. I don't really feel anything. Report. Superman feels value nothing. He's going to throw that thing. Watch out! Throw what exactly? I said we need to give this radiation time to sleep into your cells. I'm going to make the bad man go away. Interesting. Clearly, Purple K is doing something to your mind. It's hard to tell. I think it might be affecting my hearing and cognition. I keep getting these tiny bursts of thought and sound without any connective tissue. Poor pupils are dilated. I think my shoulder's dislocated. What? And subject speaking and hearing non-dietetic dialogue. Go get some rest, Clark. We'll reconvene in an hour to run a comprehensive brain scan. Solomon Grundy, born on a Tuesday. Hey, my head is scrambled eggs. Wasn't he born on a Monday? What tools do we have at our disposal, Hamilton? The zombie, Sir Solomon Grundy. He insists quite ardently that he's ready to, well, in his own words, start smashing things. Grundy, start smashing things! The free verse of a mad murderous beast. There's a kind of beauty to it, isn't there? The assonance and alliteration of start smashing. Grundy want to kill children and bite their tiny heads off. Grundy spit out the finger bones. Like yeast with the bloodlust and the strength of 10 men. Spit out the finger bones. It almost makes you want to cry. And what of our primary subject, sir? The man. He needs time. Roar! Our dear friend Solomon, on the other hand, Grundy hate finger bones. Let him run wild to the streets of Metropolis. He'll lose to Superman and rack up millions in infrastructural damage. Luthor, the zombie is merely a distraction. Mr. Luthor, if I may, Grundy no lose. You may not. Have some dignity and do your job, Hamilton. I assure you there is no shortage of bespectacled wonks in lab coats ready and eager to take your place. The blood-dimmed tide is loosed, and everywhere the ceremony of innocence is drowned. Grundy smash! Yes, precisely. Brain scan complete. The Kryptonian brain is far more complex, has more regions, both active and not, than that of a human. But there are enough similarities in the cerebral matter to glean a general conclusion as to the propagate effect on you. This variation of kryptonite seemed to have inundated your hippocampus, overwhelming it. The part of my brain that controls time, more than that, the hippocampus is filled with what we call time cells, which fire in a specific order so that we experience things as it was meant to be. Sequentially, here, look at this. Tell me what you see. It's on, look at Calendar Man's annual calendar. The days are in the wrong place. The purple K must be warping your perception of linear time. We need, and DZ, Jimmy's watch. Something's happening in Metropolis. You're in no state to do anything right now. Your eyes and ears are essentially broken. I promised Jimmy I'd always answer that watch. I'm not in the habit of breaking my promise. That's some really heartwarming kindergarten logic. But your brain is sick, Clark. There's always a way. We'll figure out once we get there. Time like the present. Well, golly, Miss Lane, I wish you hadn't told me that. Just keep it to yourself, okay? Here he comes. See what I mean?
Oh, God.
Even quietly did her Sully's decent.
I can't unsee that.
I know, dude.
That is Lois Lame.
Agreed. Because she is lame in the medical sense.
Yeah, there you go. I got Robin to say she's Lois Lame.
I just said lame. She is lame is what I said.
Yeah, you said lame, but
I didn't say it first. Okay. Jimmy, Lois, Superman. Hey there, stranger. It's good to see you both. I'm sorry I've been so out of touch. You always answer my signal watch, just like you promised. I'm in my 40s. Time isn't exactly on my side. Pocket of deep space. Hey, Superman, you okay, big guy? I'm fine. Just dandy. We're testing new types of kryptonite, and the first one's very loud. You're doing what? Jeepers! It's a twofer on the roofer. Batman 2? I'm gonna need more film. Miss Lane, Jimmy, are you both here to stop Grundy? Someone let him loose near the Metropolis Bank, and he's smashing everything. Roar! Really everything. Roar! I'm in my 40s. Time isn't exactly on my side. I'm sorry, Superman, but I can't do this anymore. What are you hearing? Not just hearing. I can see it. The future encapsulated. Little boxes, all out of order, like the squares of a calendar. Are you sure you're up for this? Testing? You do look a little green around the gills, sir. I'm fine. Perfectly on. Whom hurts you? Get it together, Superman. I can't stop Grundy and save bystanders at the same time. Can I count on you? Always. Let's go. What happens next is almost impossible to articulate. I've got you saved the kid. I'll try and slow Grundy down. We fight Grundy. The kid, puny man with no powers, Grundy is unfronted. But everything seems random, completely out of sequence. Ugh! 1 second I'm punching the zombie. Close your eyes and put it all together. And the next I'm crouching with Batman, my face throbbing from what? He's gonna throw that thing. Watch out! Help! The birthstone for February is the amethyst. It's got this kind of Byzantium glimmer. The kid. You okay? I think my shoulder's dislocated. Let me give him a try. Ah! The purple K is skewing my temporal experience of the fight. How am I supposed to win? Ugh! Or have I already won? I think you dropped this. Thank you. Supercar! This sure doesn't feel like winning. But every sentence has an asterisk, doesn't it? The way you feel, how you experience life, isn't always tidy. Time falls apart and makes a mess of everything. Crack! So you try your best to clean it up. You should probably hide somewhere safe. But don't worry, I'm going to make the bad man go away. How am I supposed to win? What do I tell you 11 minutes from now? Focus, Clark. Solomon Grundy, born on a Tuesday. You're a day late, pal. Close your eyes and put it all together. This is how it happened. And look, we get the order.
Okay.
What do you think about how this is?
That's actually kind of cool. I like that.
Mm-hmm. But it's like, it's not really breaking the fourth wall, though.
Mm-mm.
Technically, for us, it is. For him.
But this could just be him thinking This is the order that things happened.
Exactly. Grundy sees stars. Solomon Grundy, born on a Monday. Golly, Soup socked him all the way to Jupiter. You good? Better than ever. Conversely, you got 3 cracked ribs, 4 actually. And that shoulder could use another reset. We'll have Bot 7 tend to those at the fortress. So it's right back to the Arctic then. New kryptonite, the colors of kryptonite, new dangers, all the stuff that fills the boxes of superheroes' calendars. The Kryptonite Spectrum is effectively doubled. I need to figure out what these new variations do to me and what I'm up against. If they ever fall into the wrong hands, kryptonite, the little fragments of your home that make you weak or angry or strange. It's like my mother's incessant badgering about giving her grandchildren. Lois, listen, you're the most wonderful, inspiring, maddening woman I've ever met. You deserve nothing short of total happiness. No asterisk, just the truth. Thanks. I'll see you at dinner tonight. I wouldn't miss it for the world. Miss Lane, Solomon Grundy is off-world, and it would appear he's been neutralized. Our satellites show him caught in the orbit of Callisto, the second largest of Jupiter's 95. Did you see that far away look in his eyes? The shaky posture, an uncharacteristic lack of absolute confidence. About my 401k, Mr. Lucifer. That lunatic! He's testing the kryptonites on himself! Quadruple the potency levels for our ace in the hole. Those special bass email. Expedite the entire project. Cut time in half. And what rough beast is our come. Round at last. Slouches towards Bethlehem to be born. Down to 25%. The purple K is almost completely drained from your system. Time should be right itself within the hour. As these things go, wasn't really all that bad. But it isn't hard to imagine one of your enemies using purple K to disorient you by shuffling your perception of reality. Jonathan Crane is used similar to his honey. Was once trapped in a dream where Barbara Clark? I think that's referencing the anime series!
Okay.
Where Barbara died?
Barbara Gordon?
Yeah, where she fell onto a car and then Gordon decided to turn on Batman because she died.
Okay.
And then it led to both Batman and Gordon taking themselves out, and then she wakes up.
Okay.
It was Barbara's nightmare, but still.
Okay, that kind of works.
So time got all out of whack for you. The future, the past, the present, jumped in a blender. Listen, I know you're going through a lot with these K tests. You don't need any more stress than what's already on your plate. But it's not just my mother. I want to have a baby. I'm in my 40s. Time isn't exactly on my side. I'm sorry, Superman, but I can't do this anymore. You deserve happiness too. You're, well, perfect. You should be with someone really special. Someone more like you. I just can't fill that space anymore.
Someone who's an Amazon.
It's the kryptonite, isn't it? Your brain is jumping. Sorry, some pieces are still falling into place. I should get ready for my dinner with Lois. Don't want to be late. Your dinner date was last night. It's okay, Lois. I understand. I'm having your robot store any remaining purple kryptonite in a lead curio room. Thanks, Bruce. You're one of the only people I can trust with all this. I'm here to help. Morbid curiosity. What's next on the list of our exposure trials? It's a bluish shard. Dark, but almost incandescent, like stained glass. Boys, the bots called it cobalt kryptonite.
Oh, God. How many shades of blue?
But how was that first issue?
I like it. Yeah, the art for Lois. I'm like, ah.
Yeah, what the hell?
Get it away from me.
Yeah.
But it's like, I like the obvious inspiration by Frank Quitely, because Quitely's art really works well for like these really crazy stories.
What do you think about about this kryptonite?
I like this idea where like each kryptonite is going to do a vastly different things.
Like this one makes him giant.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, get off of me! Great Hera, he just incinerated the Spiegelman building. Green Lantern cleared all 62 floors about 10 minutes ago. 0 casualties. We got lucky, but luck's not going to be enough. Everybody stay calm. I didn't save the spreadsheet. I didn't upload it to the server. 4 years of firework. My personal Mona Lisa gone. The entire building is gone, Linda. Some free advice, ma'am. Hit Control and S every couple of minutes when you're working on something important. Variable profitability forecast based on current market trends and company growth. But which one's the lizard and which one's the moth? Superman, listen to me. Luthor hit you with a red kryptonite missile, and it's making you crazy. Roar! This isn't you. Fight it. Fight! Can't you see? The climate crisis, the never-ending barrage of catastrophes, they did this to themselves! You're bigger and growing about 4 inches every 25 minutes. Radiation from the cobalt kryptonite was so strong it escaped the observation room's lead shielding, and thus no need to zap me while I'm strapped to a chair. I can't say I'm not relieved. What's the ceiling here, Bruce? I can't grow forever. I bet Baby Mogo's mother said something similar until he became a planet. Ha! There's too much we don't know. Look right here. The molecules of cobalt K are essentially identical to those of our yet-to-be tested speckled K. The same except inverted. Speckled K could make me smaller. Why is a raven like a writing desk? What's that, some kind of riddle? It's from Alice in Wonderland. Jervis Tech said it while he had me hung upside down over a tank of carnivorous robotic dodo birds. Exactly how he made the robots hungry for flesh remains a mystery. Curious and curiouser, right? You must be 100 feet tall, but your suit keeps growing concentrically to match your proportions. You could thank Martha Kent for learning how to sew a Kryptonian baby blanket into a molecularly pliable sartorial wonder, though I think Ray Palmer might have been hiding in the eye of her needle. Bot 12, how long would it take to erect scaffolding inside the fortress? It's the only way we'll be able to run tests and see. Roar! Clark, I can feel my bones stretching. Everybody needs to leave before. Take cover! He's going through the ice canopy! Duh! 35 was insubordinate with respect to Kellogg's use of asterisk. Please forgive 35 for... Batplane, enable autopilot and level 12 protective shielding. Evacuation protocol J72 and 2018. Hey, the dog's scared stiff. You okay, Crypto? Poof. Yeah, me neither. What's the ceiling? This was a mistake, Bruce. You were right. The fortress is in a million pieces.
That's great.
Your homes do seem to have a propensity for shattered into shards. Shards. The new Kryptonites are safe. I've sent instructions via the Batline to every surviving Superbot to evacuate and excavating the cave fragments as we speak. Bruce, thank you. It was callow of me to. We don't have time for self-pity. You're so massive, it won't be long before dozens of international airspace alarms are set off by your size and ambient body temperature. Accounting for polar electromagnetic information delay at this latitude, I say we have about 5 minutes until the military radars around the globe detect you as a potential threat, large-scale UFOs or worse, and 3,000-foot megafaunal anomaly. Megafaunal anomaly? You mean a giant monster? People are going to think I'm some big angry kaiju. Whatever narrative suits them best. It justifies the use of their multi-million-dollar fighter jets. Then let's beat them to the punch. Take control of the narrative before even a single beep goes off. How would you suggest we do that? We both happen to know the woman who quintum quarterly just dabbled the indefatigable queen of essential journalism, Lois Lane. She and Jimmy can work on an honest explanatory story. Meanwhile, I'll go talk to the people of Metropolis, standing shoulder to shoulder with his most beloved, recognizable building. They'll listen to me and understand my growth spurt. I just need to get there in 3 and 4 minutes or less. No offense, Clark, but you are a giant kaiju. The citizens of Metropolis are going to take one look at you and immediately begin to panic. Not to mention, didn't Lois Lane just break up with you? That has nothing to do with this. I trust Lois completely.
I had to, sorry.
Just as I trust the people of Metropolis, 7 million souls who count on me to keep their city safe. If I can just explain to them exactly what's happened, I know they'll understand. With us both in agreement that your optimism is grossly misguided and riddled with a million logical holes to boot, let me ask you something. What happens after you tell them? That's where Batman comes in. How confident are you in that inverted molecule theory? The speckled kryptonite should act diametrically to cobalt. If you could devise a means by which to cover me with an extra large dose of speckled kryptonite radiation, that maybe you want me to build a kryptonite cannon. Try to think of it more like one of Alice's little Wonderland cookies, a shrinking mechanism powered by hope and raw imagination. With all due respect, Clark, you sound unusually naive. This plan is insane. How does the saying go? We're all mad here. You're the smartest man I've ever known, Bruce. You'll get me out of this jam. You've only had to do it 100 times before. See you downtown. Diana, how long would it take for you to put together a small missions team? We have a big problem. Metropolis, still earlier. And just a couple more hours, and I'll finally be done with this monstrosity. The biggest, cleanest, most comprehensive spreadsheet ever assembled. Mr. Spiegelman's jaw is going to drop when he sees how thorough my document is. Linda, you have to come see this. Lord in heaven, what is this? What is it this time, Bob? I'm in the middle of a cross-tabular masterpiece. Look for yourself. Oh, well, he certainly looks different. People of Metropolis, do not be afraid. It's me, Superman, but I'm bigger than usual. I've been exposed to something called cobalt kryptonite, which has infiltrated my cells, stretching them, hence my currently gargantuan size. I am for now giant Superman. But please, don't worry. My friend is working on a cure as we speak. Golly, Linda, how can you possibly work at a time like this? Superman's the size of a dinosaur. I don't care if he's King Kong in a bikini. The only thing that matters is right here on my screen. 4 years of quarterly revenue, cost of goods sold and taxation by state, including net margin, gross margin, and variable profitable forecast for the next 16 quarters based on current market trends and company growth year to date. I'm the Da Vinci of financial reporting. Do not be afraid how absolutely hack-eyed. I've read restaurant menus with more elegance, which is to say nothing of how preposterous he looks in those big, blue, oversized pajamas. This would seem to confirm, Mr. Lucer, that Superman is, in fact, testing the new Kryptonites on himself. All brawn, no brains. If I may, sir, we could consider deploying Chemo, who is currently under restrained observation at one of our desert black sites, New Mexico, if I'm not mistaken. I like it. Though, if it does seem prudent to mention that the liquid fill of Chemo's reinforced chassis is highly radioactive and thus wildly unstable. Its mere proximity to Metropolis could give thousands of people cancer or any number of other terminal illnesses. There are always inherent dangers to rodent extermination. Release the radioactive monster and point him our way. Those brainless giants will wreak havoc on the city's infrastructure, and LexCorp will gladly accept the millions in repair contracts. As you wish, sir. This should have been Happerson, not Hamilton.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm sorry, they felt like they just picked the name.
You could have definitely used Happerson as there would have been not an issue.
Again, it's not even that far off. What do you mean, let him loose? The last mercurial reading on this thing was 5 times worse than Chernobyl. Oh, except this Chernobyl can walk and talk. No, I do not want my 401k to disappear like the polar ice caps, or my wife and kids to die from an inexplicable home gas leak. Yes, sir. What in goddamn have we done? Where's he even going? Where else? Metropolis. One of Alice's little Wonderland cookies. It's a weapon that shoots. But that's the magic of Superman, isn't it? He can convince you to do just about anything. There's only a smile and a wink. There, that should do it. It's calibrated the cannon's pull on the rock to emanate a radiation blast roughly proportionate to Clark's current size. In theory, the blast should allow Clark's body to absorb the precise amount of speckled K radiation required to shrink him back down to normal size. All of this contingent, of course, on me having built a functional cannon. Bots 28 and 35, ready the absorption target for functional test. And carbon sculpted effigy is ready for use, Mr. Batman. And request, please, do not, and do note the uncanny likeness. A dead ringer. Functional test 001 commencing in 3, 2, 1. Functional test 002 to commence in about 10 minutes. All right. At the size and pace of its massive strides, Chemo should reach Metropolis within the next 10 minutes or so. Well, it's a good thing I clean up quick. Perfect fit. An ordnance requisition, Doctor. Load and missile RK011718 into my left arm. Lois, Jimmy, I'm surprised it took you this long. Do you have any idea how expensive it is to pay off a news ticker operator and to lease a helicopter on short notice? And gee, cost a lot. Thank you both. I'm sorry it's been so stressful. Here, what in God names have you been doing up in the Arctic? I guess you could say I went down the rabbit hole. The lady asks an honest question, and all she gets is a deflecting riddle. No wonder she cut you loose. What do you want, Lucer? I'm way too big for a row with you. The body finally matches the ego. Gigantic and affront to humanity. Cobalt kryptonite. What if we were to add a little red? Pilot, get them out of here! Is that red kryptonite? What did you do? I made art, Superman. like a child with a new pack of crayons. I mix the colors to see what happens. Arrgh! Like a big problem. The man's penchant for understatement is truly unmatched. Hey, where's the kid? Late again. He's always got some excuse or another. The dog ate my homework, etc. You could feel the pollution from up here. It sticks to your skin. We have more pressing concerns right now. Wonder Woman's not better.
I was about to say, I'm not liking the way he draws Wonder Woman.
Doesn't even do women that well in period.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've known Kal-El for a very long time. Let me try to talk to him first. Be careful, Diana. You know what Red K does to his brain. Just give a heads up if you want me to, like soot. I'm covered in carbon emissions. All these small, selfish people. They're killing their own home. They don't deserve a place like Metropolis. Kal-El, you're under the influence of 2 different types of kryptonite. Please, go no further. We must give Batman time to... Shoo fly, don't bother me. Flick! Okay, I can buy this because of that size.
And with Superman's still strength, yeah, I could kind of buy that.
And who knows if that enhances his strength.
Mm-hmm.
People of Metropolis, be afraid! There's your heads up, Atom Smasher. I need to move as many civilians as I can outside of the conflict radius. And I guess I need to grow real big and fist fight the greatest hero the world's ever known. Just keep him occupied. Batman's on his way with a fix. Occupied? Piece of cake! Hey, Superman, you're kind of freaking everyone out, man. Poor kid. They gave you the short end of the stick. Come on, big guy, let's talk this. Duh! Like, holy cow, it's like Godzilla versus Mothra. You know how to make pivot tables, Bob? Not a lot of people do, but I'm the queen of the pivot. There is no data set in this universe that I can't tame into an organized grouping of columns and tabs. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a mandatory evacuation. You are now being enclosed in a secure, will-powered escape capsule. Wait, you can't yet! I never... Diana, I'm clearing the Spiegelman building. Any sign of Batman? He just showed up, along with a mystery machine and some very bad news. We need to hurry. The Batplane scanner detected a megafaunal anomaly on my trip back south. Back to now. Great Hera, he just incinerated the Spiegelman building. And Green Lantern cleared all 62 floors about 10 minutes ago. Oh, 0 casualties. We got lucky, but luck's not going to be enough. Once chemo makes landfall. What is this phallic contraption? A shrinking mechanism powered by hope and imagination. They did this to himself. Normally, a dose of green kryptonite would flush the red K from Clark's system, but we don't have nearly enough. And you're certain this cannon will do the trick? Functional test 009 was promising. The effigy's right and head popped right off. Bruce, we need Cal back inside both sides and disposition. Why is a raven like a writing desk? He never gives an answer. Batman! Right. How good's your aim, princess? Ugh, you'll learn eventually, kid. Home hurts. Kal-El, come back to us. Ugh. You know what? I can buy Diana being also a marksman too.
A marksman? Oh, yeah, absolutely.
With a gun, I mean. I could see her being that good.
It's a lot of stuff transfers over, and plus, in Man's World, she would have learned at some point.
Yep. Superman! I almost destroyed the city. I don't deserve Metropolis. We still can't be sure it's really him. Ruff! Oh, yeah, it's me. It's me, boy. The dog knows. Welcome back, Kal-El. I know you're tired, but the fight isn't over. Someone summoned chemo all the way to Metropolis. And now he's here shaking the Magan, Elliot S. Magan, overpass like it's a child's toy. Luther, I fought chemo before. Its internal radioactivity oscillates wildly without any rhyme or reason. Prolonged exposure for humans and metas alike can result in multitude of truly awful things. Deformity, cancer, wild mutation, all of us are at risk. There's only one choice. What's he doing? The same thing he always does. Taking the hit so no one else has to. Superman King! By Zeus, he's drinking chemo. What's happening to him? The combination of speckled kryptonite and chemo's liquid body. Who knows what an admixture of radioactive materials can do to a person, to an alien. Sorry I'm late, everyone. My dog totally ate my homework again. Holy cheese whiz! Is that Superboy?
Oh, it DH'd him. Okay, that's cool.
Mm-hmm. Marvel as Captain Marvel and Captain Superboy to the parried predicament of prepubescent and play park peril.
Can they call him Captain Marvel?
In the book, they can. just not on the outside.
Okay, I was about to say, I'm like, wait a minute here.
No. In the book, you can call the characters whatever, within reason.
So technically, like, you could say, someone could call Batman Iron Man.
Yeah, but it goes out of context wouldn't make much sense.
True, yeah, exactly.
But it's always been the cover. That's why when they had Shazam, people were like, oh, it is a Shazam. No, it's Captain Marvel. But the book's called Shazam.
Okay, that makes sense.
Crazy, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Told you it was going to get crazier.
Yeah.
It's a big play date. Infinity plus one team up in the Playdates of the Titan. My home exploded into a gazillion pieces. Well, I'm a foster kid. I've had a bajillion homes. Krakoom! Captain Marvel takes
comics. There you go.
Yep. A Kryptonite man as he yells the wizard's name, summoning from the heavens a bolt of ancient magic lightning. And the green dude is fried like a piece of chicken. I haven't seen Kryptonite man in a decade. A decade? When you were 4? Ha ha. Let me get this straight. In your spare time, when you're not fighting giant monsters or ancient gods, you play a Justice League RPG as yourself? What can I say? I'm living the dream and dreaming the life. Okay. Dude, cheer up. Batman's gonna fix you in no time flat. What's that thing you love to say? There's always a way. And that's not it. I think it's something else that's bothering me. Spill the beans, Soupy. I'm amazing at keeping secrets. It's hard to talk about. I don't always have the words. Eureka! We'll draw our feeling. It's what they make me do in art therapy at school. Art therapy? Ugh, I know, right? My teachers all think I'm hiding some big secret. Or so they send me to Dr. Decker twice a week. I draw and then we talk about stuff. It actually kind of works. I usually feel a lot better after a sketch session. Sometimes I worry Freddie and Mary actually hate me. Aw. So, I mean, how good of an artist are you, Superboy? What I'm doing here is something akin to fine art. The palette is power, and the canvas is the entirety of this callow, colorless world. The build-out took over 2 years, Lex. Forged permit, fraudulent holding company, and a teensy bit of murder, but only when someone said no to a very reasonable requisite. Dr. Savannah and Toyman working together for, I don't care why. One has to wonder. Was Da Vinci forced to countenance a court of gestures? Was his vision lost to the blind? I once gifted an orphanage 10 boxes of Vertuvian man action figures, 4 arms, 4 legs, and low-frequency voice box, which spoke to them while they slept. Kill your captors, make yourself free. Lovely. It is in its way a masterpiece, Lex. Rides, games, concession stands offering myriad deep-fried cholesterol vessel, funnel cake topped with powdered sugar cursed by Morgan Le Fay. Come and see. I do rather like the roller coaster. The piece de resistance, a swooping, looping, nostalgic simulacrum designed contextually to the bits we know of Superman and Shazam's respective histories, with booby traps and children rides, haunted and Strudel. You think you can kill 2 superheroes with a day at the park? Perhaps under normal circumstances, these would be but trifles for Metropolis' primary colored sentry. But as I understand it, he is currently younger, no? Eo ipso, weaker, less secure, vulnerable. I am manifesting the living embodiment of Superman's vulnerability. It suggests that this pastiche writ large could be even half as effective. It is an affront to science and makes a mockery of what we do. Both of you should eat the funnel cake voluntarily. But go ahead, have your fun. In short order, I'll be cleaning my backside with the pieces of his cake. And who knows, maybe I'll make a toy of him. I was just a baby. Brainiac, the AI, they're keeping the anime series notion of Brainiac being from Krypton and all that. The AI built to save our planet turned on us. You're not a good computer. You're an evil computer. Analysis accurate. He infected everything, even the ground beneath our feet. The golden roses of Kandor withered and faded away. My father warned the Science Council, but nobody believed him. The planet is dying. We must evacuate. Stop overreacting, Jor-El. The scientists. And so, as the Foundation began to shake, he and my mother made a desperate last-ditch effort to preserve our species. My dear child, we will miss you so. They put me in an escape rocket, built for one, and shuttled me towards Earth as Krypton exploded. But I don't even know what Krypton looked like. The Fortress audio archive described it as beautiful. Stubble ground, soft and shimmering, silver peonies scattered in the veils, The city's steeples rise and complement the wildland encircled it. Everything on Krypton is one thing, but that's just radio poetry. The actual pieces of the planet, the ones still floating in space, they're poisonous to me. My own home. It's like it's rejecting me or something. Man, is super sad. I'm really sorry you got to deal with these new Kryptonites, Clark. Totally stinks. Though giant Superman was pretty cool. Hey, Billy, can I ask you a question? Of course, dude. Ask 1,000. Do you ever feel like home hurts? Oh, wow, that's deep. I'm an orphan, so home is tricky. My parents died just like yours when I was really young. Not baby young, but still. My relatives were pretty gnarly bunch, so I wound up on the streets, in alleyways, derelict buildings, shelters, shanty towns. But everything changed when I met the wizard at the Rock of Eternity and learned my special word. Became a superhero. How cool is that? But I still didn't really have a home. Not until Mr. and Mrs. and Vasquez came along. They were different from other foster families. They had hearts where their hearts were supposed to be. And I met other kids like me and we formed a sort of family. I love my family, but a home, I guess I've never really had one. Nothing permanent anyhow. I'm so sorry, Billy. You've had to overcome so much. And it's like Dr. Decker always says, life's the crazy quilt of the bad and the good. I guess so. Come on, dude. There has to be something that'll jolt you into a better mood. What did you do for fun when you were a kid? Sometimes my mom and pa would take me to the Kansas County Fair. There were all these rides and games. Rides and games! Eureka again! Billy, wait up! Hop to it, Clarky! It's super speed! Nostalgia Springs! Came in the mail today! It's fate! It's Sunday. Isn't the post office closed? Isn't the post office closed? You want to know my answer to that? Shazam! It's empty. It's closed on Sunday, like the post office. You sure know a lot about the mail. It's one of America's most important institutions. It even used to be a bank. I get 2% cash back on all purchases from Fawcett Financial, so that's pretty sweet. Sweet. You smell that? Funnel cake. Someone's got the deep fryer going. Look at this park map. They have a spinny ride called the Black Atom and an arcade called the Fandom Zone. Get lost forever in the Fandom Zone. Weird. This is a Tawny doll. Something's off here. It's starting to feel like maybe we walked ourselves right into a welcome to the grand opening of Nostalgia Spring, Superboy and Shazam. That's Dr. Savannah's voice. And more of a soft opening exclusive for you two. And that's Toy Man. Unlimited rides, free refills. Certain does. Please say hello to our charming battalion of Bizarro bots. Nearly perfect simulacra to the real Bizarro. We are but slaves to verisimilitude. Code string, repeat what person says, but invert vocal output, and you said the language boards were fully functional. Whoops. Regardless, please do have fun. Whoopsie! There, that should fix it. Hey, let me go. Me so weak. You are much welcome to safe, normal, fun place. Superman so big. I might be smaller, but I can still pack a punch. Hey, Big B, touchdown pass. Dudley with the perfect spiral. Hup. Such bravery and such daring do. But I wonder, do our two super pals have the courage and cutting to constitute for the canonical coaster of doom? You can't, You can't go in there. Out of my way, lackey. Miss Lane, what a lovely surprise. And don't be glib, Lex. Sincerity isn't a good color for you. Bush. But I love all the colors. Red, green, purple, cobalt. Officers, ma'am, we already told you. Arrest that man and make the... I know. Oh, and make the cuffs just a little too tight. And what, may I ask, is my alleged crime? You saw it. Everyone saw it. He shot Superman with a missile. Your memory is fading with age, as is some of your classic beauty, I'm afraid. Look how the crow's feet start to
Yes, no, I doubt you that is.
At the corner of the eyes. To be young again. As for your baseless allegations, I believe you might be referring to recent events where I was forced out of civic duty to defend this city from a giant extraterrestrial. Lest you forget the horror of that day. People of Metropolis, be afraid. Are you just going to stand there? I'm sorry, but like we told you before, you dragged us into that elevator. There's nothing we can do. Mr. Lucer did the same thing as Superman's own pals. It was everyone versus the giant. Perhaps those tight handcuffs should be placed on Superman's wrist. I suppose they need to be made of kryptonite. But what color? I'm on to you, Lex. You're up to something. It's always you at the end of the rope. How is it our boy in blue getting on these days? And I do mean boy. And not for long, Batman's working on a cure. I'd expect nothing less. Still, though, I wonder. Must you tell him a bedtime story before turning off the lights? You're sick and headed for prison. Do tell the lad I hope he gets better soon. Here, an action figure of Da Vinci's Vitruvian Man. For children with an older soul inside of them somewhere. It's time to go, Miss Lane. Psychopaths. Audio and bandana DCto. Kill your captors. Make yourselves free. How does the reversal project go, Mr. Wayne? I'm out of my depth, Alfred. So much of this is just guesswork. Extraterrestrial geology, nuclear physics, and the creeping sense that someone or something is leading us around by the nose. An extant piece of Superman's planetae d'orge have multiplied in variety. To sink, one's own home being the only thing that can hurt them. I lived in the mansion of my murdered parent, which I left essentially untouched for 3 decades. I think this clinicians call it trauma. Droll as ever, Master Bruce. It takes 3.5 grams of pulverized cobalt powder and then mix it with inactive sample of radioactive residue from chemo's broken chassis. Eureka! Controlled cellular growth, but will it work at scale? I must admit, the force rocket's rather, I believe the word is pretty. Rainbow kryptonite. Very apt. A misnomer, actually. I've studied this shard from every possible angle, but through every litmus test, and one thing I can tell you for certain about Rainbow K. It isn't kryptonite at all. I beg your pardon, sir. This rock isn't a piece of Krypton, or any planet for that matter. It's a distress signal. From where? The absolute strangest of places. A liminal universe where ideas take form as magical imps and mischief-inclined mites. Oh dear. Keep your hands inside the ride at all times. The first drop's a real stomach turner. I'm starting to feel like we shouldn't have gotten into this cart. You said it was no big deal that roller coaster can't hurt us. You said it'd be fun. And up, over, around, careening into a double loop-de-loop with and that might rattle your teeth loose. And then it's smooth sailing into the dark tunnel where waits our first canonical attraction, the Wizard's Den at the Rock of Eternity. What am I looking at? The 7 deadly enemies of man. Is that an animatronic wizard? Right you are. What have you to say, old man? What's wrong with you? I'd sooner suffer the Omega sanction than be subject to copyright litigation. And it's a small world. It's like dum. Apology. The sins will come to life and kill you now. ofhis. Gluttony is steeping into its place. I'm back to back with the greatest hero of all time, surrounded by robotic evil deeds in a psychotic theme park. I can't wait to draw this. Pride tried dealing a blow to my ego, but I showed him prejudice instead. Greed and envy wanted all of me, but Shazam's not for sale. Hatred was met with the power of Zeus, et al. Selfishness was too self-involved to fight. While laziness got a much-needed kick in the butt. And injustice, Shazam's here to stomp it out. Or maybe he won't stand for it, because my foot's on top of him. Hey, I think we're done here. Whoa, the cart changed. It's supposed to resemble the escape rocket that carried me to Earth. Top mark. Now go ahead, fellas. Step right in. Roll and coast your way over to our next exquisite exhibit, where you'll hear a familiar yarn, but from a different point of view. Heck, you might even learn a thing or two at the true story of Krypton's kablooey. Brainiac, our story begins with a scientist and harmless, misunderstood planet-wide AI system. You sure are amazing, Brainiac. Thank you for saying so, Jor-El. He was the very heart of Krypton. Everything, everywhere. Ran through its infinite sets of modules, data clusters, and reflective neural networks. Everything runs through my stuff. He powered the machines that tilled the Kryptonian wheat field, and the combine harvesters that extracted the wheat kernels. This farm would be follow if it weren't for good old Brainiac. Brainiac was integrated into every Kryptonian home, from the living room to the laving room. Warning, tissue supply status low. Peace and love to all. But Jor-El betrayed Brainiac. I am jealous, a jealous dummy who thinks you've grown too powerful. I thought we were friends. And so Brainiac found himself a real pickle. Destroy Krypton or perish. Calculate, I choose. Option 2. And I think you know what happened next. None of that is true, and you know it. And what did you call it? Kablooey? Bye-bye, boys. You okay? That is the worst amusement park I've ever been to. Hey, that's not nice. We worked really hard on this place. A labor of love. I even developed this cool dual-action squirt gun. It's got double ammo. First, green kryptonite rays, courtesy of John Corbin's Lost Heart. And then you hit this little button here, and lifts packs and uses a hydraulic jig to switch over to, don't care, freak show, raw lightning mine directly from the rock of eternity. Oh, just a sec. That's a quick second.
Sure.
Okay, yeah. Oh, it looks like child's play, but it's in fact a harbinger of pain and death. What fun! Hey, what's that thing on your lab coat? It's called a bat pulse. It emanates a strong electrical shock that renders a person totally unconscious. I like toys too. He's hurt real bad. Drink, Clark. What did you give him? I guess Tank Rao. Feels good to be me again. Batman, I owe you an apology. Consider our foray into the Kryptonite Spectrum shuttered. Rainbow K will just have to remain a mystery for now. About that, Rainbow Kryptonite isn't what we thought it was. I put a little sliver of a shard under a transmission electron microscope, augmented with some of Ray Palmer's proprietary tech, and the underlying cellular morphology was pretty telling. Help Mixie, an SOS from the fifth dimension. The what? The fifth dimension is a place that doesn't exist, or it does, but only in our imagination. Either way, it's unreachable. 1, 2, 3, 4. Superman? Oh no. 5. Namris Poos. He said his name backwards. Kent, quit playing with that balloon and get your butt in here. Next issue, say hello to his little friend. Hee hee. Oh, look. Did you see that?
Okay.
Crazy, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. 2 more issues. Don't worry. Oh, look at this throwback cover.
Yeah, I love that.
C, the world in 5 dimensions. B, confused, bewildered, bewildered, and a little lost. 3 is 2 less than 5. That's simple math, folks. Folks, agree that Mixius Pitalik has too many consonants. Flee from yet another dying world. He is more powerful than a mochalotive. Introducing Cal Elf. Insert Kryptonian symbol for hope here. Whatever happened to the man of tomorrow? What never happened to the man of tomorrow?
Okay.
Metropolis. Emperor Julius August apparition. Kent, what in blazes is this depressing gobbledygook? Which part did you not like, Chief? The balloon has a mind of his own. Here's one. The history of westward expansion is defined by geopolitical and geological betrayal. Sovereign cities hold fast to their territory. So the mechanism of colonialism engages in violence, begets mass and dysphoria. Over time, even the land itself becomes hostile to its indigenous people. Home, in this case, becomes a fraught notion, no longer where the heart is, but rather what broke the heart in half. Care to explain yourself? It's a little purple, I'll admit. Purple prose. But with some editing, I think the juggling walruses, Kent. I'm sorry. I asked for 800 words on the god-awful infestation that's overtaking Metropolis. All those goofy, rancid walruses doing circus stuff with their hacky sacks and bowler hats, whatever the hell you turn everywhere you turn it. Oh, perfect. One of them got into my office. The time has come, my fleshy friend, to talk and take our stock of mice, men, and meteors, and planetary rocks. Will someone get rid of this thing? It smells like a doggone wharf in here. Planetary rock? Unhand me, Barty. I have rights. No, you don't. Get moving, freak. Clark, my channel. The fifth dimension is in big trouble. The fifth dimension. It's Mixie. It's Mixie.
Mm-hmm.
The bowler hat.
Mm-hmm.
The fifth dimension is in big trouble. Find my channel. Berman, I want you to rewrite this from scratch. Less politics, more pids. Am I making myself clear? Yes, sir, Mr. Wright. I'll get right on it. And Kent, your S is hanging out. For Christ's sake, son, button up and get it together. Explain to me like I'm 5. You said he's dreaming, but in a real place, the 5th dimension is exactly a place. It's a way station between a person's mind and the horizon of thought. Imagination reified. Okay? Explain to me like I'm 3. Superman's stuck in a world of nonsense. He just doesn't know it yet. And that nonsense is lethal. Lethal nonsense. What can we do? Alone? Not much. Which is why I call it a specialist. The Kryptonians traverses pentagonal purgatory. But stifle your fear. The doctor has arrived. While uncertainty calls, faith answers. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
And thanks for coming, doctor. I should go like, there is no need to thank me. It was predetermined that I come here. I'm trying to go for Pierce's voice a little.
Oh, okay.
I arrived as I always meant to. Dr. Fate, we need your help. Superman, well, look at him. His mind has been subjected
So what he's saying is a wizard is neither on time or late.
Yep.
Okay.
Like so much of the Alice stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. His mind has been subjected to the fog of the 5th dimension. He is living a false reality. The skirm of hyperlife is sick, a veil of curiosities. Less politics, more pinnipeds. I have a friend from 5D, Batmite, a magical imp. He helps out when my brain gets compromised. What's that referencing? Zurinar!
Yeah, there you go.
A looking glass analogy. Such a friend might be the only way to save Superman, and what's going to happen to him? Superman is trapped in an imperial dimension. If we cannot extract him from that realm soon, the Kryptonian will die. Spreading sheets again, Miss Linda. Don't you sweet talk me, Ken. The formula is absolute. Sum, apartment, and plus utilities, plus maintenance equals rent. And rent was due yesterday. Oh, I must have lost track of the calendar. I'll write you a check ASAP. Scout's honor. Check. You know I only take nickels, cornstalk, 5 cents at a time. 5 cents, but not a dime. I'll see how much change I have in my piggy bank. I'm the Da Vinci of spreading sheets. All it takes is a little control. That's why when they did it for this joke. She's spreading sheets.
Okay.
As in actual bed sheets.
Mm-hmm.
Nickels. Golly. Only 59,995 more, and I'll be square with Miss Linda. Hey, Spitty. Miss me? Bloop, bloop. Here you go, bud. Eat up. Wake up, Clark. Eat it, and fate is calling. So it's right there. See it?
Mm-hmm.
Time for Cornstalk to do some mindless and channel surfing. Let's see what's calling my name. Tonight on Desperate Pleas from inside the liquid crystal. I don't remember where I got these. I must have yamnesia. Go to Channel 5, will ya? Call it Channel 5, will ya? Breaking the fourth wall? How trite. Let's check the sports channel. And it's Pitalik at the flying for a pair of foul shots. Get to Channel 3, dummy. Go up 2. Fine, let's see what's so special at Channel 5. Yes, Mixius Pitalik. This isn't my apartment, and I don't have a pet fish. Mixius Pitalik, what's going on here? I've been trying to reach you, Supernam. Those rainbow rocks, Communique from moi, and French Mixie has been trying to tell you the 5th dimension's got a huge problem, and only you can fix it. I believe the soup is ready, Emile. Come, let's reflect on the journey that brought us to this glorious new dawn. And as you know, it was months ago that LexCorp satellite detected the first errant cluster of the new Kryptonites. Lex Species' best space tech transmits on a 15-minute data delay. But even so, we were weeks ahead of the Kryptonians' discovery. 3 new colors of poison and an inert rainbow prism. Look at them, Emile. A bouquet of his pain and suffering. The spectrum of weaponized substrata that finally ignited Project Moke in earnest. First, there was Subject 001, K. Russell Abernathy. That's the one from 1 year later. The Kryptonite Man.
I don't remember that. Oh, yeah.
You see the V on him?
Yeah, okay. Now I remember. I was like, who is that? And I was like, okay.
Yep. And some cut rate lab junkie. His slump core proved transfusion far too unstable an approach. And then a stroke of luck. Who could have predicted that Superman, with Batman's help no less, would go about the tedious work of subject testing for us? Purple K unravels his perception of time. Cobalt makes him giant, and speckled K shrinks him back down the side. So it can also, we find, be combined with Chemo's radioactive liquid and fell and DH Superman back to not but a wee babe. Life is full of little gifts. With that knowledge and handed to us on the silver platter, we're able to expedite our mission. Oh, and look, new 52 version!
Oh, there you go.
You see, barely you can make it out, but it's him.
Thank you.
Yep. Subject 002, Clay Ramsey, a dispensable nobody, the perfect candidate for a refined approach. K incubation via concentrated submersion. Will it hurt? Not at all. You have my word. Ah! Regrettably, Ramsey's liver exploded during the process, and his collarbones grew out of his body in a truly horrific case of compound fracture. Incidentally, Mr. Ramsey's wife has been calling the front desk in every hour, demanding information as to her husband's whereabouts. Tell her the truth, Doctor. Her spouse was noticeably sacrificed to history in the name of Homo sapien preservation. He died grotesquely a hero, inspired our final unimpeachable absorption protocol. After Ramsey's bone incident, I realized what MOK, Man of Kryptonite! MOK, get it?
Oh, yeah, there
Truly
you go.
needed. A body and mind strong enough to survive the incubation process. Someone whose cells were practically begging for K radiation. A warrior, and I needed a warrior, a philanthropist, an artist. We're going to kill Superman, Dr. Hamilton, with all the colorful little pieces of his vanished home. Behold, oh my, an obliterating mosaic of the irradiated vestige of Krypton, a walking, talking, impossibility, handsome weapon born of deep space trauma. A man of Kryptonite! He's your clone, not clone. I am Kryptonite Man! Brainiac is going to destroy all of 5D. The imps will implode, the mites massacred, the pixies put into pine boxes, then planted prematurely at a plot in some potter's field. Brainiac? No. Brainiac.
Oh, Brainiac.
No, Brian. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you swap the I and the A.
Oh, okay.
The biggest jerk of all time. The embodiment of anti-imagination. Kid never even believed in Santa Claus. Brian, jerk face. Because he's not real. He is so, Brian. Kringle and me go to the same dojo. End of whimsy is knocking at the door. S chest. We gotta get out of Dodge. Now. You were the walrus? Cuckoo, ka-choo. Now, if you please, pick your preferred portrayal of the pentaplane so we can run away rightly from that kid and his lunch bag lackey. And you got 4 options. First up, the comic book illustration style that's been established for over the preceding 109 pages. Why should Santa do karate? Just a kid. Or there's crayon drawings that call back to the story storied right before this story. Maybe you want to flee as data in a spreadsheet. Don't forget to hit Control S and save us. And finally, cubism, just like Picasso and Pablo did. Make a choice, Superman. The first one. You heard him, Morazzo. Draw us running, will ya? Where are we going? Shut up and run. Brian's lunch bag bozos are right behind us. Or in front of you. Behind, in front of you, and in front of you. I can't fight them. My hands are turning into spaghetti. Rules of 5D are different from what you're used to. You can't just punch your way out. Well, what are the rules? Let's see. Very useful instructions for surviving the 5th dimension. Don't be spaghetti. It's important to fight your body's natural urge to become pasta while sparring in 5D. Do not twist into rigatoni. Do not tube into panini. Keep your fingers normal, man. You're not spaghetti. And 2, read all instructions. If you are a reader reading this readable, please do not skip over this section. Despite how dry it might seem, this page is chock full of important rules, essential to finishing the comic. 4, do not look at this piece of purple kryptonite, because if you do, 3, ha! Get it? 4, 3.
Yeah.
Yep, I thought so. The pockets flipped out of order. Go and proceed to step 5.
Yeah.
5, every hero needs a 5D familiar. Where's yours, Superman? 6, Mixie is not your imp. He is your frenemy, and he's way too old to be bouncing around your imagination all the time. 7, take a COVID test. You can never be too sure. 8, if stuck in instructions, try some Silver Agey stuff. It's refreshing and fun and can bring any book back to life. 9, don't forget Rule 5. Got that, Big Blue? Better start thinking about this one sooner rather than later. It's going to be really important. Mr. Mixius Peter diagrammatic. And continuing the narrative in a throwback fashion so as to distance ourselves from those weird instructions, this is more like it. Your eyes aren't lying. We're in the midst of another style switcheroo, speeding double nickel on the dime, down the fickle pickle dove dimension number 5, presenting a page of panel pastiche in which our inimitable interstellar immigrant and ingenious imp, Mr. Mixius Pitalik, enter an insane, inane Bargillo, all while Brian the Act affirms his most fervent fantasy to finish, fatally, 5D 4E. Just what is Brian's deal? Anyway, why is the kid so gosh darn moody? How's about we hear it from the would-be world ender himself? I experienced some domestic trauma while I was really young, and now I'm dead set on ruining imagination play for everyone, starting with this stupid place that's supposedly made of imagination. Ah, my, another poor soul whom home has hurt, heinous. When does it end? It never ends. Duh. Call me Brian Eak. And so we find ourselves in a Donnybrook for the ages. Superman and Mixius Pitalik versus whoever those guys are. Pow! Little kick. Hopefully Soup didn't skip rule number 5. Ugh! His mind is quivering. Soon his brain shall cease to countenance the weight of illogic. He doesn't know how to navigate raw imagination and doesn't have a personal imp to help him out. Dr. Fate, I need you to send me into the 5th dimension. Folly, there are a few mortals suited to sail the wild tides of unreason. Lucky for us, there's a magic mini-me that lives inside my head. He's part of my cerebral safety net. What in God's name is a cerebral safety net? You believe, Bat, that your jaunts to the 5-sided realm have sufficiently prepared you? My episode of Madness were every time by design. There are 4 distinct fail-safe personalities hidden within the folds of my gray matter. I always knew you'd be batshit crazy. And the present shall play out as the future requires it to. But once you're there, I will no longer be of any use to you. These magics are contradicted and dictated, and it's worth the risk. Wait! Very well. Light of fate, help guide this man to a place beyond the logical land. Let go all fear, and let leave apprehension. The 5th dimension! You shouldn't have come here, Big Me. This place is a one-way train to Nothingsville. That might. Are you nuts again? It's one of your backup personalities running around in a funny suit? Not this time. One-way train. Some ball cut and cut calls himself Brianiac. It's sucking dry 5D dry. Every little thought and stray thought is going to go kaboom and kabai, including your friend with the big red S. I need to get him out of here, Mike. Well, good luck with that, because Mr. Supermanneeds is currently stuck in the muck of some very purple Faulkner-esque prose. The cornstalks of Smallville list in the whistling breeze, tilting their head back in deference to the power of a Midwestern easterly. Farther into town, on the Kent farm, the alien man, though by all external indicators a fellow Homo sapiens, lifts and holds aloft the entirety of a broken combine harvester. 10,000 pounds hoisted into the air as if it were nothing but a potted plant. He studies it, attempting to discern the location of its malfunction. Without warning, its adoptive father materializes behind him, a silent entry, but the alien can hear and still hear the man's bradycardia like a loud car stereo. It's good to have you home, the man says to his son, who continues his Herculean show of strength. It's good to be home, Pa, the alien replies. There's no place like it. And though the sun does shine tenderly upon the small moment, beams of light split through the barn's stratic slats, limiting pretty much everything in a magical golden cast. The alien is overcome by a thing he can only call a paroxysm of sadness. His father's faulty heart echoes in the alien's ear, traveling rhythmically through his neck, then down the notches of his spine. The old man will die soon, or perhaps he's dead already. It doesn't matter. What really matters, the alien thinks, is this. Home is a thing that hurts, like the slanted winds that knock the corn ears out of their husks and all of their silken stalks, severing the fruit from the foliage. Home is a broken farm machine, which the alien now sees is caked with rust and mud and dirt and grime and the weary blood of years passing on. And, oh my God, will you shut up already? We're running out of time. Your Bat Buddy is here with his Bat Buddy, and they're going to try to help, and they're going to try to help us. So scoot on out of here, Hasty, with your paroxysm and doozy wettiness. And you know what else? Exit the pro, Superman. Seriously, get out, scram, skedaddle, get out. Yanked from the inky morass of syntax, the alien falls forward and sees right through a convincing chimera of his Stoliad. It's really me, Clark. It is true. He is really him, and I am really me. Batmite. I've got a bed in Batman's head. Charm, but there's no time to waste. Brainiac, we know, but we're all going to die if you don't dream up a 5D familiar fast. 5D familiar, Mixie? No, you disembodied dum-dum. Didn't you read the penta-dimensional instruction guide? Rule number 5. Every hero needs a 5D familiar. A really big, magic real, evil but good, little super doopy from and somewhere inside that lumpy gray meatball between your ear holes. And 6, and Mixie is not your imp. Think, Clark. Find the part of your mind where color and music have taste. Think. How is a raven like a writing desk? Who's got a bed inside your head? Oh boy. Cue the John Williams theme. Kal-El has been brought into existence.
Kal-Elf, yeah.
Yep. Golly, you look just like me. I was going to say the same thing. Look how simpatico we already are. Quick, what's your favorite type of spaghetti to be? Not noodles, not now. Our home's diet, and it's all because of Brian. How do we fight in this place? Everything changes so fast. Watch and learn, Mini-Me. More powerful than a locomotive. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's a bird plane. He's good. That's because he's you. Who do you serve? Lex Luthor. Who must die? Superman. The man from Krypton. I'm gonna give him the nuclear man voice.
All right, that one. Oh yeah.
Yep. And how will you kill him?
Superman now.
With my body, with his home. Oh, sage is standing in God's holy fire, as in the golden mosaic of a wall. Come from the holy fire, Pernay, in a gyre, and be the singing master of my soul. Consume my heart away, sick in desire, and fasten to a dying animal. It knows not what it is, and gather me into the artifice of eternity. Meet your soldiers, Toyman and Savannah's Bizarro bots, for a dash of added muscle. And every program for hyper elegance. I give you the mausoleum of all hope and desire. I give it to you, not that you may remember time, but that you might forget it now. And then for a moment, and Faulkner recitation. I've said it better myself. The sound, the fury. He's too grouchy. He's disbelieving my attacks. This is it, ladies and germs. Lights out for the 5th dimension. And she had amnesia, but I left her all alone. Bruce! They're gone. They were never even here. Don't you get it, dude? It was nonsense. All of it. You killed my friend. Batman wasn't nonsense. I didn't mean for him to die. I just wanted to stop all the cartoony stuff. You need to learn to suspend your disbelief a lot lower, son, and find a healthier way to express yourself. Me, I like to draw my feelings. What are you scribbling on that thing? My imagination reified. Isn't it fun? Oh boy, cue the John Williams music. In this first panel, we see that the gang has magically returned, all thanks to Superman's indefatigable optimism, plus the art therapy he learned from Captain Shazam Marvel in the before chapter. Was worried you might have ceased to exist. I actually did, but every sentence has an asterisk. No, get off of me! You're not real. None of you are real. Oh, we're the real McCoy, kiddo. Oh, and so is you and the guy you're on your way to visit. What? Where'd you send him? December's almost here. The elves at the North Pole could use some extra hands. Ha! I feel like we hardly got to know each other. Oh, I bet we'll meet again. As long as some writers out there stories a story with me in the story. Continuity, folks. Make it happen. I'll call you the next time my mind's in danger. There's something I gotta tell you, Betsy. A super secret. It's about the future. Mix it to long live the 5th dimension. Spreadsheets and all. We're back. Something's wrong. I can hear the layers of Earth moaning. Metropolis. She's in terrible pain. Luthor. Superman. Batman. We've been looking everywhere for you guys. I thought you were dead. When I die, it'll be in my dimension. More politics, fewer pinipids. That's what happened here. Luthor, he made something or someone, plus smart robot bizarros, like 1 billion of them. The freckled adolescent has alerted the Kryptonian to our arrival in mass. Welcome home, Superman. Allow me to introduce you to someone. Next issue, our last issue in which we bring it all home.
Brainiac.
Yeah. What do you think of this as we go into the finale?
Wild as hell.
What did I tell you?
Oh my gosh.
I gotta be honest. I think this is how Morrison.
Yeah, this probably somehow you have managed to be more Grant Morrison than Grant Morrison.
No, this is Morrison if they were on acid while doing All-Star Superman.
Yeah, probably.
What?
I wouldn't be.
This is All-Star Superman mixed with the Invisibles.
Yeah.
That's what this is. Metropolis in bad shape. His name is the Kryptonite Man, and he's my destroyed home planet. Incarnate. Green makes me healthy and strong. My Achilles heel. Embodied. Personified. I question who must die, and he's wearing Lex Luthor's face. Answer. Superman. You sound like him too, which is also why I'm going with that. Because remember, you have my voice. No, you have my voice. I'm going with that too. But Luthor is notoriously slow, so catch me if you can, K-Man. Whoosh. His ability to fly. That was unexpected. Unexpected for the feeble-minded, perhaps. But in reality, it is so obvious as to be laughable. An ecosystem is a transactional marriage between a planet's binary components. First, there's the bride, Flora, the planet's multi-form habitants operating like ultra-sophisticated supercomputers. Massive systems of natural neural networks that toil invisibly silently and in solidarity to merge Earth's elements into a unified organic omniscience. Here and her groom, fauna, carbon-based life form of varied intelligence. The invertebrates, the vermin. Every organism who greedily sips from nature's hard-earned bounty. If I can, and our prime subject absorb and then synthesize a massive payload of Krypton's comprised ecological energy, like the loam and soil that grew fertile under Krypton's red sun. He and the Kryptonian strata have become one, wed to each other, dancing the waltz of unregulated genetic transmission. Radiation has rendered our MOK more or less Kryptonian. No, it's far more profound. Radiation has rendered him Krypton, a resurrected planet with the ideal silhouette of a person. Watch as nature goes about its work. I'm lost again in the jigsaw puzzle of time. Home hurts you! The purple K ripples across my brain, pulling the present images that once belonged to my future. I'm right here, Kal-El, alongside precious visions from the past, falling down 100 stories, through 100 stories.
Super friends.
Yep, super. Alive from the very beginning. You belong in a refugee camp. Every story has an asterisk. I'm plummeting towards the ground, past the final story. You're killing our home. Our home? This city, the entire planet is mine. Your home floats through space as debris, weaponizing itself against you. Home hates you. Home betrays you. Home, my birth mother, died in a planetary explosion. I'm right here. You're safe, baby boy. I was raised by country folks with hearts bigger than the galaxy. The golden roses of candor withered and faded away. See, Pa? Large-scale irrigation with a personal touch. Very good, Clark. Very good. Smallville crops thrived under the care of local families, like the Kents. Lois, I'm in my 40s. Time isn't exactly on my side. How am I supposed to win? Oh, there is no way. Run appraisal. Crafty. Cunning. Now that's what I call acrobatics. Grouse Jimmy. Superior. An impressive display in isolation. But can you survive repeat attacks? Alt, as the saying goes, ad astra per aspera. You learn Latin, the state motto of Kansas. Batman, his eyes. Ah! That rib had just healed. What are we gonna do? We're totally outmatched. I'm calling for backup. Take these. Red button, zap. Tell me in minutes, not seconds. And Jimmy, look out! Run, retort. The true derivation of repeat, Latin phrase, as astra per aspera. It's like a merging. Chink. Golly, you saved my life. Lois Lane lunges laser alligated life of lauded lens master. Stick to the pictures, kiddo. All right. They're on their way. Your kind arrives in droves now. That's all you are. Another one. Part of an infestation. Cobalt Kryptonite makes you big. Bizarrobots, attack the monster! I don't believe in other. This galaxy is big enough for everyone. Everyone! We all just want to go, and speckled makes you small. Where the heart is, where the heart breaks in half. And green, well, it's the color of money. Of course it's my favorite. A pig! That's smart. No jokes. You're on the brink, Kent. You're on the brink, Kent. What can we do? We count on our friend. Help has arrived. We have brought with us the hastily built effigies from the fortress. Please do note its uncanny likenesses. Whoa! In Fawcett City, at the Vasquez's house, there was this framed piece of needlepoint art hung on the living room wall. The stitching was frayed, falling apart, but it didn't matter. Those words were there inside the frame. They were beautiful. They read, "Travel east, travel west, all after all, home is best." I see it now, clear as an SOS inside of a rainbow. It's the people. People are home. Superman! Tickles, but there isn't a pink kryptonite I would know another of Luther's duds. Wow, I never really took time to notice before. Did I ever tell you how smashy you look in that bow tie, Jimmy?
Oh, is this the pink kryptonite that
Yep.
turned gay?
Yep. Gee, it stinks, I guess. But are you sure that's not the pink K talking? It's not. It's one man appreciating the enduring, charming style of another. I wish I'd done it more often. Here is not making him gay, he's talking flamboyant.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what they specify as this. You're an amazing friend, Jimmy Olsen. Never change. Why is this starting to feel like some kind of long goodbye? There's no tricking Lois Lane, except the whole secret identity thing. So many years, and all it took was a pair of horn-rimmed glasses. Clark, listen, I don't. We've done this 1,000 times. Every crisis, every cataclysm, when the sun threatened to abandon the sky, you held my hands and told me you were rooting for me. How about I root for you this time? Lois, I hope you get the family you've always deserved, whatever that may look like. Like any kid who gets to call Lois Lane mom is the winner of the cosmic lottery. But I don't want you to die. I've learned this neat little trick. If you don't like the way a sentence sounds, add an asterisk at the end. Goodbye, Miss Lane. How's it looking? The Bizarro bots have effectively decimated your entire squadron of worker drones, though it's hard to tell if they know that. As the traditional nodes of your motherboard blinks out, I can't help but wonder, via Myriad hypothetical outcome algorithm, if there is another world somewhere out there in the fiber optic anyverse where you, Superbot, and me, Bizarro 233, were programmed to be friends. Please refer to me by my real name, 36, version 2.444 off. Lex and Kryptonite Man are still. Hey, thanks for always being there, Bruce. Likewise. Ready then? Ready. Batman! It's a shame. The Rainbow Cape proved to be inert. How fitting it would have been to kill you with all the pretty little colors of a child's illusion. Inert. It's all coming to a close, Superman. What will it be? Surrender or slaughter? I think I'm going to phone a friend. And flay a lock. Look! The All-Star Superman Absolute cover!
Okay.
Whole pipe splash! Kal-El returns in an homage pose. Wait, do you pronounce the H in homage? Homage? Hom-edge? Homage? Oh my gosh, then you get that fancy way of saying it all French-like. Homage. Wow, comic fontics are really weird. There's just no way to tell if all-cap Herb is some dude in a sweater vest or a leaf be garish that darn H. Yeesh, sorry about that. Nothing worse than getting caught in a language trap. Hey, remember when Soups was physically stuck in that snippet of Snoopy prose? That was pretty funny, I actually got stuck in a paragraph once while I was washing the vowels out of my hair for weeks. And if there was one thing an imp hates, it's a vowel. Ha, crud. I appeared and immediately started babbling and totally forgot about Soup de Jorel. Pretty good, right? Yowza, he does not look well at all. And so who does he call? He call? That's right, me, the inexplicable pajama wizard with an historically cute. Wait again. And historically, is that right? It sounds weird. A historically cute? That doesn't sound right either. I found an indefinite article once. It's a painfully long story, though. There I am, Cal! And what's up in ballyhoo, Big Blue? A green-skinned Luthor clone with the powers of the Kryptonite Spectrum is beating me to a pulp. Sounds bad. What's with that rash all over your face? It's not just my face. Betsy and Beavers the Hetsy! You're besplattered with blemishes, bud. Blotchy and brittle from your boots to your brain basket. It's the Kryptonites. They're making me sick. I'm weaker, slower. Then how, in the name of tricks and crickle pricks, are we supposed to win? It's like you said, continuity. You've really come a long way since meeting me. Hey, Kryptonite guy, both of our names starts with K. Pretty simpatico, am I right? This is your last-ditch effort, your final gambit, a circus of tracks. Not your turn yet, Lex loser. And do you know how Krypton died? It's also the story of how you were born. You were made of the planet. I don't care. Who must? I cannot move. What matter of sorcery is this? It's spy sorcery, bub. He was just a baby. Brainiac, the AI built to save our planet, betrayed us. Frozen. Analysts, accurate. Paralyzed. They put baby Soups into a rocket made for one and shuttled him towards Earth as Krypton exploded. But when one story ends, another usually begins. Little orphan Kal-El was found and raised by Kansas farmers, a kindly couple, put simply. He moved to Metropolis and became Superman, the greatest hero to have ever a hero since heroes have heroed heroically, and saved the world from all sorts of bad stuff. Monsters, mecha, $1 million madmen, some road poem or something. All the while, pieces of Krypton floated through space, not knowing that one day they merged to become a someone. What are you doing? Storying a story. Duh. Okay. Brainiac destroyed Krypton. And he's about to be Krypton personified.
Oh, that's cool.
He puts the Brainiac symbol on him and boom!
Okay.
The Brainiac just blew up Krypton.
Blew up Krypton, so he should be able to blow up deeper stuff. Oh, that's cool.
Superman! You gotta stop moving, pal, or that big ass of yours might just kick the bucket for real. It's over. You're done. Not done yet. Mummified in puppies. Ridiculous. A work of scientific genius. Human scientific genius stymied by a cartoon. My home is infested with capes and colorful idiots. Metropolis isn't your home. I'm sorry. What was that? It's a bit hard to hear you through all that labored breathing. Look at you. You're practically... Metropolis is not your home. Look what you've done to it. It'll never be yours, you know. Forever an orphan or refugee. Nothing but a tourist visiting. Throw! And the armor's gonna save him.
Mm-hmm.
No, he's falling. Oh gosh. Look at him. I think he's dying. I'm being unimagined. Clark. Poof. Clark? He's a baby, Jonathan. He won't survive the night unless we take him home. We need to get him to the lab. Hey, Pete, want to see how far I can throw this football? It's 10 blocks. He's too heavy. We can't. Olsen, Lane, all of you, say hello to the planet's newest journalist, Mr. Clark Kent from Smallville, Kansas. Woof! Thanks, Crypto. You're Superman. All this time? How did I not see it? Put him on the gurney, carefully. I need to figure out what these variations do to me. What's happening to him? What's happening? His body's fighting two battles right now. It's trying to flush out the K radiation while simultaneously attempting to regulate spiking levels of cellular contamination. He's sick. Of course he's sick. He was beaten and blasted with a million different colors of poison. It's more complicated than that. He's hurt, but he's viral too. Those splotches on his skin, the rashes, they're everywhere. As near as I could tell, Clark's blood cells are in the process of finding a new unique strain of something called fifth disease. Fifth disease, as in 5D? Are you serious? Synchronicity abounds. Normally, 5D is a pediatric come-and-go virus. It's incredibly rare in adults. For people our age, it tends to present as a light flu. Then why is he so sick? Clark's immune system, its whole biology, it's unpredictable. Sometimes the intrinsic logic of Earth's medical corpus is reversed for him. All a byproduct of having cells built for life under a red sun. Gobbledygook, every word. Explain to me like I'm two. He made it just for me. Woof! My working theory is that in the rare case of Kryptonian adults contracts one of Earth's pediatric illnesses, their older alien antibodies treat it not like a flu, but rather like something more severe, like stage 4 cancer. Cancer? The brutal pummeling he took, and overexposure to the full spectrum of kryptonite has given him a child's virus that will likely kill him in less than an hour. This is your fault. You enabled this whole mess. So the next word out of your mouth better be some kind of last-minute plan that makes everything okay in the end. Tell me you have a plan, Batman. Please. I was given an idea by an old friend, a way we might save him. I don't like it. I'm pretty sure you won't either. But he's dying, Lois. Really dying. We don't have much time left. Tell me the plan. You sure about this? Someone is going to have to take responsibility. The responsibility will be all ours. All right. Roll the gurney to the back of the testing room. Exit across from the cannon. What happens next, it still feels like a dream. A mechanism of hope and imagination. One last time. I think he's going. You need to do it now. Question. Why is a raven like a writing desk? Because there's always a way. Always. Epilogue. Months later. I live in a cave. My home is the quiet darkness, where sleeping bats hang upside down from damp stalactites. And above me, another home. Lex Luthor was released this afternoon from his guarded hospital stay, still healing from injuries he sustained during what many are now calling the battle for the heart of Metropolis. He minced no words in his brief address to the press corps. Wayne Manor, Dusty Mansion, and forever in the click of and Joe Chill's trigger finger. Home sweet home. Who's the real villain, I ask you? The broken man whose money will rebuild Metropolis to her former glory, or the alien who's nowhere to be found during our home's greatest time of need? Some people find new home. Say the magic word if you want to play Pictionary. Others can never go back. For many, work becomes home. Welcome back, Lantern Steward. I'm not sure what home is. A place, people, an idea. I'm happy to report of a modicum of success, Mr. Batman. Show me. Where is he? Where is your Superman now? Functional test 823 has shown massive potential as to the positive effects of mixing the rainbow shards with radioactives. The mouse's rashes have vanished entirely. Great question. What is home exactly? Good work, 29. Sounds like a mystery worth solving. Begin functional test 824. And just hear me out, Perry. The mushy beans are ready, Miss Lane. Readers want to read about the history of colonialism and Western Purple? Fine, I'll edit it down, but I'm keeping the part about cranky old walrus. Thanks, Jimmy. You're a mensch. Just doing my part. Green makes them healthy and strong. Peas, again? That's the 6th time this week. I could have sworn it was 5. Data doesn't lie. You hired me to keep track of the kid's schedule, Miss Lane, and I'm the Da Vinci of spreadsheets. So trust me when I say it's 6. Man, he's getting so big. Nursery's queen as a whistle, and the diaper wizard's thingy's been emptied, which means I'm gonna go downstairs and toss this trash out. Sorry you got the short straw again. And no biggie. It all matters. Every small gesture, each minute spent working together. I guess the cliche is true. It really does take a village. I bet I can improve upon this window treatment. File, save. Louise, that's me. And do you know where we are? Where are you, Clark? Home. So we got Baby New Year. That was my joke.
So let me get this straight. The black kryptonite de-aged him?
The speckled. They did the same speckled K mixed with chemo's chemicals.
Interesting.
Because basically they went further than Superboy. Because he needed to become a baby so he can develop antibodies.
Okay, that makes sense.
And we have the asterisk. So, how was that?
That was weird.
It was! Again!
Oh my god.
More weird than Morrison!
This is more weird than All-Star Superman and Final Crisis put together.
It is! Okay, what do you think about the Kryptonites?
The Kryptonites idea, I think that's kind of cool. It's building off of a lot of the really dope, like, other variations and colors and stuff. And I liked how like Cobalt, instead of like what blue Kryptonite does, it makes them grow. So I'm like, okay, because you could have easily gone the lazy way and said it does whatever blue Kryptonite does.
Well, blue Kryptonite is for Bizarros.
Okay, so you could have done that because Cobalt is a shade of blue, but no, you went a little bit more like original, which I appreciate. But other than that, yeah, it was weird, very weird.
What do you think about Kal-Elf?
That was hilarious. That is very much, if Grant Morrison could put themselves in the book, that's who Kal-Elf is.
Yep. And I gotta say, that whole Fifth Dimension it felt like the equivalent of the Bizarro issues from All-Star Superman, but done with more of a purpose.
Yeah.
And what do you think about Lex throughout all this?
I definitely liked like my favorite line is it's green, the same color as money. Of course, I'm a big fan of it. I love that.
Yep. And yeah, just I'm not a big fan of his constantly quoting Faulkner and all that. That got a little old.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, and Superman, I felt the Superman Batman pairing and friendship. This is what I always love best about them.
Yeah, exactly.
And Superman, was it kind of stupid for him to test himself? Where do you stand on that argument? Should he have, or should he have done what Batman did and just vaporize it?
Vaporize it. Do not test it. What does testing it solve?
Well, as he said, what if Moore shows up and some bad guy beats him to the punch like Lex?
Come up with a countermeasure.
But how would you know what the countermeasures were unless you knew what the effects were?
Yeah, but I would.
It's a chicken egg thing.
Yeah, to me, it's too much of a risk. I would not even screw with it. No, because you don't know if one of those is gonna be instant death.
That's exactly what Batman's point was.
Yeah, I'm like, it could just instantly kill you. So I'm like, nah.
Exactly. But again, like I said, that's the punchline. This is the New Year's Eve one. Baby New Year.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, this ending is so. That's the one thing I gotta wonder.
You're telling me all Tevia needs is speckled kryptonite.
Mixed with chemo.
Mixed with chemo.
Yeah, I like how they make it.
We can DH Sean.
But yeah, again, and I gotta say, this girl, it's like Linda here, it's just like, what was her point?
Yeah, and don't even get me started on Lois.
Oh God!
I'm sorry.
Okay,
bro.
Some panels she's not bad like here, but there, what the hell?
Yeah, I'm like, what the hell is that?
Hey, she does get to raise a baby.
Mm-hmm.
And hey, you can't get more Silver Agent than Super Baby, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Again, it's falling through on all the different things.
Now the question is, does he have his memories? And he's like, I'm just going through all the
he's saying Louise and home, so I think he does.
That's gonna be kind of awkward when his girlfriend / wife / whatever the relationship is in this is changing his diaper.
That's true.
That's gonna be very awkward.
And I guess the other thing, is this going to be like he has to grow up naturally, or is it just until the germs are gone?
That's a good point because it's like, wait a minute.
Hence the asterisk.
Yeah, because I'm like, is it like he's got to grow up? Is he aging in real time, or is it like he's gonna if it's like they throw him in the sun or something like that, and then he's like, you thought that Batman punching a baby would be controversial? Imagine Batman throwing a baby into the sun,
and it fails.
Yeah, exactly. It just creates Homelander baby.
What did you see about all the different homages?
Yeah, that was cool. Again, I like when they do that, but not in a way that like undermines the story.
Yeah, like here it makes sense because he's again imagination.
Yeah, exactly. And I love the homage to All-Star Superman with that cover.
Yep. And I have to do like how they make it very clear. Superman never had his own imp. Mixie was not his imp.
Mm-hmm.
I like that because it is true. All these years, when you really think about it, Mixie was never his imp.
Because if you notice, if Batman's imp is Batmite and he's dressed like Batman, Mixie's not.
Exactly. I'm surprised no one ever thought about that.
That is very interesting.
And I do hope someone does Kal-El. I hope, even though this is a Black Label book, I hope he comes to being.
I like that.
Yep. And again, I love how they destroy Kryptonite, man. It's very complicated, but when you really think it through, it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't you agree with that? Just this whole, he's Krypton personified. So have this represent the thing that blew up Krypton. Boom.
Yeah, exactly.
And look at him. Look at Kal out there. He's just like, hee hee.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so overall, what would you rate this story?
8 out of 10.
I would agree as well.
Actually, no. I'm going to bring it to a 7 because of the art.
Yeah. The art works in some places, but not all. And I'll be honest, Quietly is still better.
Quietly is way better. He drew a better...
No, definitely. But But yeah, I would give this a 7 for the story. Hey, I'll say this. This is a miniseries that is perfect for Black Label.
Yeah, exactly. It really is.
I'll be honest. This, I think, defines what it shows the difference between a Black Label and an Elseworld.
Mm-hmm.
And remember, an Elseworld basically is more like the what ifs.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
Black Label is telling a story you just could never tell.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
But it's not trying to restart from the ground up.
Mm-hmm.
And I got the also, again, there's so much all-star to this whole mini, right down to Superman's death.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so yeah. Thank you all for joining us. We'll see you in the next year on the next episode. And thank you for joining me, Jared. Thank you, everyone else. And take care, everyone.